Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Taxonomy and classification of living organisms. As I talked before, that the taxonomy of all living organisms based on the presence or absence of the nuclear envelope, and accordingly the living organism has been divided into three major groups: two without or lack the nuclear membrane, like the bacteria and archaea, and we have domain bacteria and kingdom eubacteria, and we have domain archaea and domain archaebacteria. These are prokaryotes or monera, and they lack the nuclear envelope and all necessary organs. And then we have the other domain, or the third domain eukarya, those who have a nuclear envelope, the genetic material bounded or surrounded by a double layer nuclear envelope. We have four kingdoms. We have kingdom Protista, kingdom fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. It is very important to categorize the living organism in categories or groups according to the similarity or to differences, so that it will be more easier to study them. And also this system gives a specific scientific name that could not be mixed up, and make it very easier to be identified or to be classified and to study it. Also, taxonomy give the relationship between the different groups and their evolution and their phylogenetic relationship and similarities and variation. For the systematics, التصنيف أو الترتيب والتنظيم البيولوجي, a discipline focused on classifying organisms and determining their evolutionary relationships. Taxonomy: how organisms are named and classified to taxa, order, division, and naming of the organisms. The diversity or variation, it is the rule in living organisms, and the phylogeny or the phylogenetic tree, the evolutionary history of a species or a group of species. Phylogeny shows the evolutionary relationship. Organisms share homologous characteristic because they have a common ancestry. The binomial nomenclature, this is how to write the scientific name. It is of two parts. Carlos Linnaeus have done it in 18th century, and who published a system of taxonomy based on resemblance and variation. And each he has two-part name of each species and hierarchical classification starting from the kingdom. The genus, the first part of the name, the species, the second part, it is specific, it is unique for each species within a genus. The group in the same species, they are able to reproduce together. So we put in the first name, the genus name is start in capital and the species name is start in small. You either put them in italic form or to underline each one, but always you put the genus in capital and the species in small. For example, the leopard Panthera pardus, the tiger Panthera tigris, the African lion Panthera leo, domestic cat Felis catus, the wheat Horridium vulgare, yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So the scientific name is definitive and well-defined name that given to only one living organism and could not be mixed up or confused with other. The hierarchical system starts in domain. Then you have kingdom and phylum and class, order, family, and you may have superclass or you may have subclass, and so on for the other family, genus or genera, the species, and you may have also subspecies, and you may have variants. The taxonomic unit at each level hierarchy is called a taxon or taxa. This is an example for the taxonomy of the cat. You start by kingdom Animalia. It means ingestive heterotroph, did not produce their own food. The phylum Chordata have a notochord or backbone or vertebral column. The class Mammalia have fur, their skin covered with fur or hair, and they have mammary glands. The order Carnivora have a well-developed carnassial, flesh-cutting teeth. The family Felidae have retractable claws. Genus Panthera, big cats that roar. Species Leo. Leo means the lions. For the domain Archaea, we have kingdom Archaeobacteria. For domain bacteria, we have kingdom Eubacteria. And we know these two did not have a nuclear envelope or lack the nuclear envelope. They did not have any cellular organelles except the ribosomes. Their cells, they are single-celled organisms, microorganisms that surrounded by a cell membrane. It is of pseudomurine in Archaea and peptidoglycan in bacteria, the Eubacteria. Then we shift to the domain Eukarya. We have the kingdom Protista, this including unicellular organisms, and we have kingdom fungi or kingdom fungi, and we have kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. For the kingdom for the Monera are unicellular without nuclear envelope. You can find them everywhere. Most of them inhibits different habitats and may parasitize the human. Some, mostly, they are microscopic, but they have very large number. They are very fertile, and prokaryotes are divided into two domains, bacteria and Archaea. The bacteria, their cell wall made of peptidoglycan and the plasma membrane have ester bonds. The Archaea, their cell wall made of polysaccharide, pseudomurine. Its name pseudomurine. It is a polysaccharide and protein, and their plasma membrane have ether bonds. We can compare the size of the size of the bacteria or the Archaea in comparison to the other living organisms. This is a cell from this cell. It is I think it is animal cell. This animal cell is very large, in comparatively or in comparison to the bacteria. This is a prokaryotic cell, whatever eubacteria or archaea. And as you know here, there's no nucleus. This is nucleode, and this is the bacterial chromosome. While here you have a clear, definitive nucleus. This is the nucleus. This is examples for domain archaea. Domain archaea, as you know, live in harsh conditions, very hot springs, or in very salty or alkaline, or in place where there is a lot of gases like methane, like here Methanococcus species. For the domain bacteria, you can recognize here in the domain bacteria, you can see from the outside you have the capsule, then followed by a cell wall of peptidoglycan, and innermost you have the plasma membrane of phospholipid. If this is bacteria, then this will be a cell wall of peptidoglycan. You can see few the ribosomes, and here there are no organelles. You can see this is the bacterial chromosome. It is one circular DNA molecule, and here this is the nucleoid where the bacterial chromosome found. Here also you can see the bacteria, different types of bacteria. This is cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. This is the purple sulfur bacteria, and this is filamentous cyanobacteria. Here you can see the different shapes of the bacteria. The bacilli, bacillum, rod-like shape, and cocci, spherical, and this is spirella or spirellum, and this is the spirochetes for cephalus. Here, this is the streptomyces that produce source of antibiotics. This is the spirochetes for cephalus, and here you have different type of different species of different examples for cocci, diplococci, triplococci, streptococci, and bacilli like the Bacillus anthrax. And here this is the spirella. You can see the Vibrio cholera, and you can see the Helicobacter pylori and Tribonema pallidum, the spirochetes. For the kingdom, we will start next lecture on kingdom Protista.